Good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we get going, there's a little bit of a rant and then the disclaimers. So we're getting ready to go into, he calls it placement in timeout or seclusion room, which is very interesting, and I'm going to tell you why. So he's going to rant and tell you why it's awful while hammering down, once again, why it's not good for us to ever have any free time ever. Thanks for that. So once again, I'm probably going to be ranting on this idea and concept that we are never allowed to relax. We're never allowed to have free time. We are never allowed to go out and just blow off time doing something fun without being fucking judged for it. And this is prevalent, by the way, throughout the disability community. It is this idea and concept that if we are not constantly, all the time, every second of every day, working to achieve goals and milestones, if we are not automatically producing every single second of our damn lives, that somehow that makes us less as a human being. I'm going to tell you the kind of arguments that I'm talking about. When you have individuals, you're just accepting sickness and illness. You just don't want to get better. That's number one, by the way. Number one, you just don't want to get better. Bitch, please. I live in this little thing. It's called reality. I don't deal in fantasy and makeshift wishes of things that are never going to happen. Nor am I just going to lay down and accept your interpretation and narrative that my life's a fucking tragedy because I was born autistic. Nah. See, I'm going to deal in truth. And what is the truth? There is no medical treatment. No behavior modification program, no amount of therapy, drugs, or whatever pseudoscience bullshit that you're going to want to throw at me, dangerous and otherwise, where I might as well just take my money and set it on fire, that is ever going to make me not autistic. It is not me refusing to get better, it's me accepting reality. It is also me choosing to love myself and accept myself as the authentic autistic human being that I am, deserving as the same as everybody else of being treated with fucking dignity and respect. Okay? That is not refusing to get better. That is looking at the reality of my situation. One cannot move forward in any form of treatment unless they are dealing with the reality of their situation. That's where you start. You look at what can actually be done. How might it be done? And you work from there. It's not living in fantasy land and spending hundreds of dollars on snake oil cures. It's not throwing money at multi-billion-dollar organizations that plead for money off the fucking tragedy narrative for the entirety of their existence while doing absolutely fucking nothing in regards to programs that can actually fucking help people. Yeah, that. And if you excuse me, there's a giant ass bug on my wall, and I'll be right back. So please hold that thought, okay? Hold that thought. I am done with spiders today, folks. I am done with spiders. Or for them, traumatizing my cat. Alright. right now? Good. All right, so back to where we were. Accepting your situation and then going from there to improve it, to bring things to a level where you can live your best, most authentic life is crucial. Okay? Absolutely crucial. We should not have to spend. Hold on, I gotta hit another one. Ugh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. Seriously. Die. Sorry, folks, I do not have an edit button. My point that keeps getting interrupted is simply this. We are human beings. Autistic human beings or disabled human beings? Yes. But still human beings. We have inherent value simply being who we are. And we have unique contributions to add in on the world. We, like any other neurotypical, perfectly abled person, deserve the moments to be able to blow off some steam, to go have some meaningless fun that is not a part of achieving some type of greater goal. We have the right to sleep in because we can. We have the right to take vacations. We have the right to go off where we want to, when we want to, how we want to, without having neurotypical society 6 inches up our rectum, demanding to know why we're not doing something productive every second of our lives. That's just the point I wanted to make. I will probably go off and rant on that more, but now to the disclaimers. In the description box, folks, you're going to find a link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by Autistics for Autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's quote-unquote behavior modification program. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so much. They have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they do not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused. So you know the drill, folks. Please read that article and don't forget to share it on all your social media. We got the pertinent links to the Agape boarding school situation as well. Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that takes in so-called... Hold on. Let me rewind that. I can't brain. And I'm not redoing this video. We also have linked in their NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding in case the JRC has the balls to see through with their threat. We got the pertinent links to the Agape boarding school situation as well. Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that takes in so-called troubled male teens that has and pending over 21 civil lawsuits, claims, and allegations leveled against it. These claims and allegations, civil lawsuits, have hard evidence found by the independent investigations done by the Missouri Department of Social Services that include the following: sodomy, rape, sexual assault, physical child abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, starvation, and yes, even child trafficking. We have one former staff member arrested by the FBI, another a doctor who's still on the premises with full access to the boys upon multiple, again, substantiated claims of sodomy, rape, and sexual assault of the boys there. You've got an attorney general too busy suing Biden and losing, or harassing the entirety of the drag queen community out here in this state to actually do his job and actually protect the children of this state. Like, I don't know, getting those boys the fuck out of Agape. And you got a governor hyped up on a power trip from hell. Please get me out of here. It has become a fucking GOP hellscape, okay? Get me out. This is not a game. Because if they're coming for them, guess who they're going to come for next? This state is not friendly towards us disableds. Just putting it out there. All right, folks, so please share all those links on your social media. Don't forget to sign and share the change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. We got the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign as well, including Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition, the Jennifer Masumba's behavioral sheet of shockable offenses, and a clip out of the 7-hour ordeal undergone by Andre McCollins back in 2002. All right, folks. When we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please go ahead and use your headphones, all right? This channel is marked not for children for a reason. We use profanity and discuss dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and watching this channel, parental supervision is advised, all right? All right. Trigger warning. We are about to descend into the mad ravings of the lunatic mind known as Dr. Matthew Israel. You're going to hear gaslighting, victim blaming, bigotry, and ableism, enough to circle the globe at least about 3 times. You're going to hear out and out bullshit lies. And yeah, you see where I'm going with this, don't you? So, just be prepared for that. Also be prepared for the fact that this channel, as well as working to be informative, is also my chance to blow off steam at the illogical nonsense that some of these neurotypical doctors get up to. So, just know, some of this has been pent up for years. Okay? Okay? You good? All right. So, let's get started, shall we? A common adversive that is often employed in positive-only treatment programs is the timeout procedure. Lie. Can I tell you why? Do people use seclusion rooms? Yes. Do they use them as punishment? Also yes. Is that the intention of what the seclusion rooms were originally supposed to be for? No. The seclusion room is not supposed to be an adversive. It's supposed to be a safe space to put someone into when they've hit meltdown point. Remember, I've discussed this with you before. I don't technically call it a seclusion room when I'm being kind of quartered off into a room and having all objects removed from me. I call that them using an emergency procedure that will allow me to have my meltdown with as minimal injury to myself as humanly possible until I lose steam and calm down. However, it has been mishandled and misused for years, folks. People stopped using it for its intended purpose, at least from my side, what I would view as a proper intended purpose, and began to use it as punishment. It's kind of like an evolved version of sending a misbehaving kid into a corner. What does that mean? Means teacher could have a fit because we're having a unharmful autistic behavior, and because they get distracted by it, even if the kids in the class aren't, you could get thrown into that room. Why is this a problem? Why should we stop this? Because these kids are left in those rooms for hours on fucking end. No lunch, no recess, no class. You see where I'm going here, right? Okay, good. This involves requiring the individual to be in a bare room alone, which he or she cannot escape for a predetermined amount of time, which is kind of necessary if you're in fucking meltdown, I might add. That's what I'm talking about, intended purpose as opposed to what actually happens. This feature is problematic because valuable time that might otherwise be spent learning new skills is wasted in a barren room. Again, I will take you back to my alluded rant at the beginning of this video. There is this prevalent thing throughout the entirety of the medical model that is absolutely fucking refuses to see us as human beings. Refuses. Most of those in the medical model will agree with you. People get burnt out. People deserve to have vacations. People deserve to, have some time to blow off some steam. Except if you're autistic. Matter of fact, except if you're disabled, period. Because the same pressure is put on people with physical disabilities as well. If we are not learning new skills every moment of our lives, if we're not working towards goals every minute of our life, if we are not producing every moment of our life, people look down on us. If, for example, someone is physically disabled to the point that they cannot work and have to receive disability, people view that individual as a drain on society. Look at them collecting my taxes. They're just lazy. They can work at a call center. They can do this. They can do that. See what I mean? It's the whole anything that is different is looked down upon and preyed upon. This is particularly true with anyone with a disability. You have individuals who can't work due to physical disability because they fucking can't. That means they can't even handle a call center job. They have needs that literally make working that type of job away from home fucking impossible. Okay? You've got some people with neurodevelopmental disabilities that doing that. Can I tell you, as a person who actually can work and does work from home, even working from home, do you understand the manner of drained I am every day? There is a reason why I'm extremely paranoid and why I don't handle pressure well. And I handle it fairly decently. There are individuals who just fucking can't, folks. And they don't have the luxury to go out there and just grab another job and it be fine. It's not how any of this fucking works. Society needs to do a little bit more homework, if you know what I mean. Have a little bit more compassion towards those who aren't as fucking privileged as they are. Okay? Let's not even discuss how people of color who are disabled are treated. You want to talk about marginalized among the marginalized? People of color with disabilities. I mean, let's look at it here. Who does the JRC prey upon? Who are they more likely to put their torture device on? What communities tend to have the least amount of built-in supports, centers, and doctors? See where I'm going here, folks? See where I'm going here? It's already fucking hard to be disabled. You add systematic racism on top of it. And by the way, don't come at me. I have worked in this field for many years. I'm still very much a part of it, and I still talk to people, okay? Do not start with me. The medical model is also racist as fuck. There's nothing being done to get needful, actual, logical services out there to poor communities where people of color live. They do not have the same access that I do. I can acknowledge that. I can fight like hell to try to fix it. I have. And I've made my point heard. Loudly. Repeatedly. This is even more so used against them than it's even used against me, and it's used against me every single fucking day of my life. But sorry, let's go back here, shall we? Individuals can continue to engage in self-abuse when in timeout or isolation rooms. Gee, ya fucking think, doctor? It's called a meltdown. Have you ever seen one? Here's the thing, doctor. Let's talk about that elephant in the room again. If I realize that I cannot, due to restraint, harm myself, if I'm inclined to do that sort of thing, when I'm in conscious, logical, choosing sort of mindset. But I know if I have a behavior and piss off one of your orderlies, they're going to shock me. You know what it's called, doctor? It's called self-abuse by proxy. It's not all that different from suicide by cop. So, with that in mind, even though I know how extremely rare that actually is, that in mind, what is the value of your device again? Yeah, it doesn't work, does it? Just saying, if we are as determined as this doctor says to harm ourselves and harm others, why does he believe we are incapable of coming up with that sort of scheme? Just asking. Individuals can continue to blah blah. Some individuals may attempt to destroy the room by, for example, urinating, defecating, punching holes in walls, ripping out light fixtures, etc. You really don't know what a seclusion room looks like when it's properly utilized, do you, doctor? Let me give you a little bit of, actual thought. Light fixtures are high. If you're in a room with no furniture, if you are in a room with no way to grab on, for fuck's sake, we're not goddamn spider monkeys. I'm not going to be able to jump high enough to be able to hang off the light and then swing back and forth like a fucking monkey, okay? Not a spider monkey. I cannot climb up walls in order to hang on the light so that I can then cause it to break, okay? Ways to prevent this is to make sure before putting someone in that room that they have nothing on them that they can throw at the light in order to break it. As far as urinating or defecating, again, I allude to meltdowns, folks, particularly sensory ones. And by the way, if they are having these behaviors in that room, doctor, did you ever think of figuring out why they had to be put in the room in the first place? What is triggering it? No, of course not, because that would be logical. The staff of some programs may use timeout rooms as a convenient way to get rid of the individual for a period of time. Kind of like you do, doctor. Now remember, this individual is trying to say that the JRC never does this. Bullshit. May I allude to the 2006 independent investigation done by the New York State State Department of Special Education, where they do in fact put these kids in conference rooms. No learning materials, no nothing, for fucking hours on end. So again, he's pointing his fingers at others while he's doing the exact same shit. Yeah. Receipts, they're a beautiful thing. By the way, the doctor has tried to counteract this and said, well, that's just not true. But the fact is, it has been corroborated by survivor testimony. So, yeah. Receipts, they're a beautiful thing, aren't they? Let's move on here. Some individuals commit suicide while in the timeout isolation rooms unless staff keep a close eye on them. Okay. Why are you allowing them in that room with anything with which they might self-harm or commit suicide in the first place? Special education teachers are not stupid, doctor. They are hardly going to put a kid in a room where they can get a hold of light fixtures and find some way to fucking off themselves. Okay? Now, I am not a proponent for the isolation room at all. It's just as useless as using shock treatment on us. The only difference is, at least it's slightly, barely, a little bit more humane. Yeah. That's why I'm a part of the End Seclusion and Restraint, which the JRC engages in. Receipts, doctor. Some individuals may find this procedure rewarding because of the way escaping demands placed on them in a normal behavior. Here we fucking go again, because God forbid we don't have demands that we have to meet every fucking second of our lives. Folks, you have no idea how tired we are. The medical model places demands on us every fucking second of every goddamn day. Everything has to be centered around making your goals. We can't even just go out and have a good fucking time without it somehow involving meeting our goals. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not even close to it. We don't get to just have meaningless fun. No. No demands placed on us. Nobody's expecting us to do this or that. To just go out and fucking have a blast somewhere and take our minds off of things for 5 minutes. Oh no, we disabled, we don't get to do that. This is why so many of us across the disability sphere die so young. Because of the demands placed on us all the goddamn always. Okay? We're not doing something to better ourselves and get better, here's how it works. Get better, get better, get better, get better. You better be doing that to help yourself get better. You better be engaging in that social interaction to get better. You better be doing that to help desensitize yourself to get better. Hey, Tiffany, are you going out? It might help you get better with your social skills. You might need a warm-up. Ad nauseum. Ad nauseum. It never ends. Okay? If I sound pissed off and annoyed, it's because I am. This is what gets done to us. We don't get to just go out and have some mindless fun without it connecting to anything fucking else, like neurotypicals do. Pretty fucked up, isn't it? Oh, and even better, if you're part of the ABA programs, you have to earn the right to go have that fun. But even when you've earned it, you must somehow employ it in a way that engages to reach some goal or milestone. It's not allowed to just be fun for fun's sake. See what I mean? All right, let's finish this out here. As a result, using a timeout or seclusion room procedure as a consequence for an individual for whom escape from demands is rewarding can cause some probable behavior to increase its future frequency and occurrence rather than decrease. Did you ever think, doctor, for 5 minutes, that maybe the problem is the constant demands placed on us every second of every day from the very second we get our diagnosis? You ever think we get tired, doctor? You ever think we get exhausted, stressed out? Our nerves shot, our anxiety through the roof? You ever think that we might just need a moment to do something mindless to get our heads just out of it for once in a while? Think that maybe it just might be good for us to go out there and just blow off steam and have a good time and not have it be a small part of some greater goal? No, of course not. Because these people don't see us as human. They don't see us as individuals. We might as well be fucking lab rats. These people make us have to earn. Even being seen so much as subhuman. I'm going to close on that. Well, no, actually I won't, because I kind of got really into this subject before. So let's actually rewind a little bit and let's talk about this. Are seclusion rooms used and abused? Yes. Is Dr. Matthew Israel trying to insinuate that he does not do this at his school? Yes. Is he lying? 100%. 100%. He does indeed engage in these behaviors. Matter of fact, he will leave them in their own rooms at their residences, and on loss of privileges, will not allow them to speak to fucking anyone, or they'll be tortured for it. They are only allowed to answer when spoken to. They are not allowed to stand up for themselves. They're not allowed to choose their food. You see where I'm going here, don't you? The fact of the matter is, the doctor does indeed use this procedure, as well as the more insane shit he gets up to. So this whole illusion where he's pointing the fingers again, he's projecting his own bullshit onto others. Are public schools guilty of this? You better fucking bet your ass they are. They 100% are. However, as bad a hellscape as public schools are for most of us disabled, regardless of what your disability is, it is not near the insanity that his hellscape he calls a school is. Now I'm going to close out. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time. As always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you can have a good one. Bye-bye, everyone.